Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. That's right, it's Monday, and you know what time it is. It's time to get motivated with me, your girl, Shay Samuels. As always, I want to first say thank you for tuning in. You could be doing anything in this world, but you have decided to spend the next 15 minutes right here with me getting motivated. Kudos to you. What an amazing year we're having this year. So far, yes, we're in the pandemic, but there's too many people around me thriving in the pandemic. So if you see my excitement, know it's because there are people who are overcoming in the pandemic, and I'm one of them. So I just want to make sure that you guys are one, counting your blessings, and understanding that there is an opportunity for you to thrive right here in the pandemic. So again, thank you for tuning in. As always, one brings one. Share the video. Bless somebody today with the video. Encourage somebody today with the video. Motivate somebody with the video. Inspire someone with the video. Why? Because one brings one. The whole goal is just to make the world a better place if we can. I believe that we can, one person at a time, one video at a time, one motivation at a time. And some people might say one prayer at a time, but I believe that we can do it. So listen, share the information. Make sure you stay to the end of the video because there's a challenge there. Make sure you stay. The challenges are blessing people. It's changing lives. I say blessing, but this video is for the believer and the non-believer. So don't hit that end button just because you heard me say blessing. Know that you stay to the end, your life is also going to be changed. So go ahead. If you're listening to the video, click the like button, like the page, subscribe to the page, and make sure that you get more videos like this. So I'm going to go ahead and get into the message. So the message is all about believing in yourself. Right? We just talked about the pandemic. We talked about everything that could happen. We talked about everything that went wrong. But let's talk about believing in yourself. Let's talk about what that looks like for you and why it's so important. I'm going to share a story with you guys. I don't share it often, but I'm going to share it because I'm being a little bit more transparent with what goes on in my life and how it happens and why I am where I am today. Listen, I was a young mother at the age of 16 and the age of 17. I had 2 children, mid-high school, didn't even know how or if I would even graduate. I ended up going to an alternative school in the state that I came from, and that was really a table-turning moment for me. Met a lot of great people, met a lot of great teachers and influencers who are still influential in my life even today. But that school allowed me an opportunity to see the world in a bigger place. The school didn't judge me for being a mother that was young. In fact, it was geared towards young mothers. The school showed me that college was also still an option for me as a young parent. And the school showed me that no matter what, I should always persevere through. I didn't have my daughter at the time of being in that school because school was out at that time, but there were friends of mine who had their children and still continued to go to that school, and their children were on the other side, so they had a chance to still mother their children and see them during the day. So anyway, as a young mother, it was my responsibility to make sure that I took care of my children. At that time, there were a lot of kids my age giving their children to grandparents or to mothers or to fathers or to aunts and to uncles, and I refused to give up. I wanted to persevere through. You know that I didn't have the skill set to even work a regular job because I was so young. So guess what I did? I volunteered my time. I interned wherever I wanted, or I thought I wanted to be, but I interned or I volunteered my time to get the skill set. I remember at the age of 14, there was a program called Summer Youth Program where people my age at the time would work in the parks or somewhere else in order for them to get a pay. And my mom always made too much money, so I wasn't even able to do this. But I got to tell you guys that I told a little tale, and I told the company that I was working for that I was a part of this summer youth program. That's how ambitious I was. They put me in an office setting where I flourished pretty much in weeks. When it came down to pay, my boss at the time came to me and he said, listen, I can't find you on this list at all. I can't find you on this list. He said, it's time for us to pay you. And I said, you know what? It's okay. I don't need to be paid. Listen, I was about 14 years old when this was happening. And I left, although I knew I wasn't going to get paid, but I used to go out for breaks like everyone else, the lunch. I would come back on time, but I gave my all while I was there. Although I knew I was not going to get paid, I just wanted to work. Well, he said, I can't keep you, and was very upset because he wanted to keep me. I was such a great worker, and very disappointed that he couldn't keep me. So I walked home, and I wasn't discouraged, but I walked home and I felt I got a chance to learn something more. I got a chance to learn something more. Fast forwarding, at the age of 21, I purchased my first home. I saved a lot of money to do this, and things that I was doing, you just didn't do at my age. I just have to be honest with you, didn't do at my age. Most people were out partying. My friends were already with children, and they were out partying, and they were just living life. But for me, I was already trying to grow. What point am I making in this? I can tell you that now I realized that I was believing in myself. I didn't realize that naturally believing in myself. At a young age, how did I realize that there was not one thing that can stop me from persevering? At a young age. How did that happen? How did it happen? It wasn't just a natural thing. A seed had to be sown. So I want to tell you, there's a seed in you that's been sown from birth. And that seed, if you want to call it the believing seed, it's called the believing seed. The seed that reminds you to believe in yourself every single day. To believe that you can do it every single day. To believe that you can overcome it every single day. To believe that whatever the attacks are, that you can overcome those attacks every single day. To believe when people tell you no, that you can do it. There were people that told me that I wasn't going to graduate because I had children. I didn't graduate the traditional way, but guess what? I graduated. I did not stop. There were people who told me that college wasn't going to be good for me because I had children. Thank God for family because it was done. So I want to encourage you all. I want to encourage you, if you're listening to this video, you're looking at this video, I want to encourage you that you have to believe in yourself. We look around at so many people to give us or affirm what we do and how we do it. The only reason why we feel like a failure, honestly, is because we're looking for the wrong people to affirm what we're doing, the right thing. Sometimes you're going to have to give yourself a pat on the back. Sometimes you're going to have to, just dance a little bit. You gotta be able to do this. And somebody's saying, like, by myself, when you learn to believe in yourself first, everyone else around you will believe. There is not one thing that I will say I'm going to do that my friends and my family do not believe won't get done. They said if she says it, it's going to be done. They said if she puts her mind to it, it's going to be completed. Why? Because that's the reputation that I have built from such a young age. Somebody's probably saying, you know what? I'm too old for this to even happen. You can start right now believing in yourself. You can start right now by watching this video and saying, you know what? I believe in yourself. I think it was the Nutty Professor when he started to understand I can lose weight. And he said, yes, I can. Yes, I can. And what happened after that? He started doing. He didn't just sit there and say, yes, I can. Remember, faith without work is dead. So he didn't just sit there saying, yes, I can. He started doing what he knew he could. Oh, that was good. He started doing what he knew he could. So now the next few edits of that movie, you see him running, you see him working out, you see him eating healthier, and then you start seeing the result, which is that he lost the weight. There were times in that movie where he might have cheated a little bit, but the reality of it is he said, yes, I can. So where is your yes, I can? Let me ask you that. Where is your yes, I can? Where is it that you can start saying or tapping into that little seed that's been placed in you since birth, that believe seed? Put that somewhere in your house, believe seed. The believe seed is the seed that reminds you to believe in yourself. Yes, somebody told you you couldn't. You know how many people told me that I wasn't going to graduate because I was pregnant? Or that I had kids? You know how many people didn't think I would purchase a house at the age of 21, and how many people were surprised when it happened? And again, I'm not bragging about this. I'm just saying you have to understand that the believed seed resides in you. The only thing blocking it from blossoming is you. You're not watering it. You're not nurturing it. You're not putting it in check. You have ownership of the seed. I want to tell you that. You have ownership of the seed. The seed belongs to you. So what are you going to do with it? My question is, what are you going to do with it? So here's your challenge. Your challenge is to gut check the seed. Your challenge is to gut check the seed. Anytime something comes up and says that it can't work, or you can't do it, or you won't overcome it, here's what I want you to do. Remind the seed that it belongs to you, the believe seed. Remind it that it belongs to you. You have the authority, you have the power, you have the information, you have the knowledge to make sure that the believe seed grows. Okay? You have the power to do that. The belief seed will grow because you have power and authority over it. So I want you guys to understand that the power of the way you speak, the power of the way you think, the power and the energy that you give anything negative, turn it into a positive by believing in the seed. You were born for purpose. Bottom line. Think about the people who are great and have done great things in this world. They've done it because they understood who they were. So your challenge is to gut check the seed. Believe in who you are and believe that you can do it. Believe that it can be done. Believe that it will be done, and it will be. I'm not telling you to fake yourself out. Be real about it. Maybe you'll have to take baby steps. But here the reality of it is, I gave you my story from the beginning. If I can do it, so can you. For those of you who are older and you're feeling like I can't start right now, there are so many people who went back to school at the age of 60 and they graduated at the age of 67. The believe seed works. Use those people as encouragement. Google them. There are people who are working out at the ages of 60 and 70 and they look better in the body than I do. But the believe seed works. You have to activate it. Challenge yourself today that you are going to activate the believe seed and you're going to operate in the believe seed and you're going to make sure that everything that you set yourself out to do, you do. Put it on a calendar. Every week you want to do something different, or maybe you want to stay with the same thing for 30 days. But the believe seed will activate somewhere within you saying, I believe in myself. Let me tell you that I believe in you. Let me tell you that I know that you can do it. Let me tell you that if you actually activate the seed, or if you start putting that seed in check, that seed would align with what you want to do and how you want to do it. You want to purchase that house? Activate the seed. You want that relationship? Activate the seed. You want that job? Activate the seed. You want to become your own business owner? Activate the seed. The seed works. I still have some growing to do. I still have some learning to do. I still have a lot more to do at my very young age. But because I believe in the seed, I realize that whatever I put my mind to, because of the seed, it will grow. Okay? So I want to challenge you guys with that today. Gut check the seed. That's really all I want to say. Just gut check the seed. Make sure that you guys subscribe to the YouTube channel at Shay Samuels. Make sure that you guys are up to date with all the nuggets that I'm putting out there to make sure that you find your purpose, you tap into your purpose, and that you understand that you are here for a reason. Too many people don't get that. Too many people don't understand that they're here because there's something for you to complete. There's not one thing in existence in this world that doesn't have a purpose. Not one thing. A car was created, it has purpose. Trees were created, they have purpose. Flowers were created, roses were created to pollinate. It has purpose. And those bees that fly around them, they have purpose. What you're eating in the refrigerators or your cabinets, it all is because there was someone that understood purpose. So tap into it. Believe in the seed. and I believe that you'll begin to believe in you. So I'm Shay Samuels, guys. I want you guys to tune in every Monday. I appreciate you tuning in. You have just been motivated.